So before I go into anything, like I want to be clear on what we're talking about here. Okay. Now, a lot of you might know me from, being at Warner Brothers and stuff like that. You might have seen that in some of my reels or whatever. But what I'm speaking about today specifically is how I made the jump from being a pro hockey player and working in commission-based sales, right? This is what I was doing for like 9 years. Okay. And how I went from here to working at Louis Vuitton, okay, to running 30 plus international markets. Like, how do you do that? Right. That's the question. And a lot of us, you're probably thinking the same thing. Like, how can you get to that next level of your career where you can have a stable base, where you can really take care of things with your base, and then have bonuses and commissions stack on the side, which will help with everything, right? How do we get to that next level? And that's what we're talking about, because it doesn't really matter where you're from, what walk of life you've been, what your experience is. Okay. Like for me, I was fired from KPMG. Let's more people in here. I was fired from KPMG. I was kicked out of school, like not for like, being an idiot or something like that, but actually a literal idiot and didn't do well in my class. Okay. So I was kicked out of school for that. It doesn't matter, because what you want to do, and when you're pivoting careers or pivoting to better paying jobs, is you want to show tangibly how your past experiences can add tangible value to the company you want to go to. That's it, right? It's not about where you work now. It's about what you're going to do when you get to that next company. And LinkedIn is the first step, okay? Now, at the end of this, I'm also going to send everybody who's been on here. We're going to just take a quick look on who's here. I'm going to send everybody all the information, all the prompts, all the tutorials, everything. I'm going to send it to your email, so you'll have it, and you can use everything that we go over today as a way to increase your LinkedIn presence, okay? We also have a few people who volunteered to do a LinkedIn review, so we'll go through that. So let's dive in. Now, if you want to secure a six-figure base in remote corporate sales, there's 4 key things, okay? There's a resume development. Right now, most of you who are in the Skool community, I give that all away. Just go grab it. Yeah, do your resumes. LinkedIn optimization we're going to do today, and I'm going to send it to you. But there's also volume outreach and interview skills, which are super important. Those are the 4 pillars, right? Because without getting into the right discussions in volume, it's hard to see what type of industries are hiring, what type of comp structures are out there, what the management styles are, what the work-life balance is. So you want to get as many interviews as possible, and then learn how to convert strategically on these interviews with C-suite executives, okay? Because it's different than commission-based sales, right? A lot of times, regardless of where you're at, a lot of times salespeople are onboarded, they're given a basic training, not even showing like where the CRM is, and then they just throw you to the wall and see who sticks. I'm sure some of you guys have seen that. When you're interviewing for, 6-figure bases and ramp bonuses in your first year, et cetera, like you got to be in the right discussions, yeah? So that's what we're gonna go over, okay? Now, why people suck at LinkedIn and don't get interviews. And forgive me if I'm being blunt here, okay? But this is what it is. This is what we're talking about. Now, there's 2 main reasons, right? They glorify their current jobs, which nobody cares about, right? I am assistant manager of this. Who cares? Or I am head of sales here. Who cares? Nobody cares. They want to know what you're going to do when you get there. So we got to be very careful about that. We're going to go over it. And they're not positioned for the job they want to do. Right? A lot of our LinkedIn profiles are just explaining what we currently do. But if you're in the job market and you're looking for a job, you need to position yourself for the job that you want. Right? You want to assume that, right? There's something said to like fake it till you make it kind of thing. LinkedIn is incredibly along those lines, right? And there's a few things that's important to understand. Like LinkedIn is not a tool for self-promotion. A lot of people think that like, okay, I need to be good on LinkedIn to promote myself. That's not at all what it's there for. Right? LinkedIn's purpose is to get ahead of objections, because you're going to get maybe a 20-second look from a hiring manager, and if there's any objections on your profile, there's 200 applicants waiting. Yeah, so you're not even going to get a call back. So that's also what we're going to look at today.